When Harry Met Sally, a photography podcast, would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, the traditional owners of the lands and waters in which we are recording this podcast on today. As people who work with artists seeking meaning and knowledge through storytelling, we recognise the first peoples of this nation have been doing so for over 60,000 years. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging across Australia. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
And the When Harry Met Sally podcast would be nothing without our fabulous sponsors, would it, Harry?
Absolutely.
So first of all, we'd love to welcome a new sponsor on board for this year, which is the RACV. Thank you so much for being a wonderful sponsor, and we're really excited about having you on for Season 3.
And we'd like to welcome back and thank Nikon Australia, who are always a part of supporting the creative industries in Australia. Ted's Cameras, thank you so much for joining us again. And A&L Artistic Framers, who are just fabulous people to work with.
And last but not least, Col Arts. Thank you for the pod suites. This is our third year in here. We have added ferns and all sorts of wonderful things into the pod suite room this year. And it's without you, we wouldn't have a podcast really, would we?
We certainly wouldn't, and we hope you enjoy the episode.
Thanks, guys. Bye. Harry, how are you?
I'm good, Sally. How are you?
Really excited today. We've got one of our wonderful sponsors from the RACV with us, Mardi. Novak, how are you, Mardi?
Hello, Mardi. Thanks so much for having me here today.
Oh, well,
thanks so much for being here.
and for being our sponsor. It's wonderful. And I have to say, when I've said, we've got some wonderful sponsors this year and RACV is one of them, people go, what are the RACV? Why would they want to sponsor a photography podcast? Take it away, Mardi. Why did you go, yes, this is a great opportunity?
Well, I think one of the things that people don't realise is RACV does a bunch of things, not just insurance and, saving you when you're at the side of the road, which a lot of people kind of think of us of. But we also have this amazing art collection. And the RACV Art Collection's been around for a bit over 20 years. Yeah. It's at all of our resorts and office spaces. There's over 1,000 items in that.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, and really the mandate of the RACV Art Collection is around supporting living Australian artists, something that I'm quite passionate about. And not only do we have the collection, but we also do a bunch of different activities and exhibitions and get to partner with people like you guys, and things like the Ballarat International Photo Biennale and Melbourne Art Fair and all of the fabulous art things.
It's so amazing and supportive. Like, in a time when funding for the arts is hard to come by, it's amazing that you guys are just there really trying to support this industry.
Yeah, it's, not just about support, but for us it's also around starting conversations. And I think there's something really beautiful and important that, art is for everyone. Yeah. And, it's a really great way for people to kind of delve in and talk about, potentially difficult issues or issues that they may not understand. And that's something that we're really kind of interested in as part of our sort of broader community support offering.
So amazing.
And I know...
and art is for everyone.
I love that.
Yeah,
Everyone.
I love that.
Oh, gosh. And as I said, I'm a member of the RACV Clubs, and I see all of the beautiful art there, and it really is, it's photography, it's painting, and it's extraordinary. And to watch all sorts of people from all sorts of walks of life coming through and having different, I love listening to what people say about art, and some people know a lot and some people think they know a lot, and then some people happily know nothing but just go, wow, that's so gorgeous. Why did they start it up 20 years ago? What was there a person in there that initiated it? Or
I think really the impetus was around, ramping up a lot of our leisure spaces. So, we have resorts at like Torquay, Hillsville, Cape Shank and Creswick.
Oh, yeah, I love all of them.
As well as a few different other places interstate. I think it was really a bit of a starting point to kind of put art into those venues. It's definitely before my time. I haven't been there for 20 years. But, whoever sort of had that idea, I'm really glad that they did because, it's a great way for, I guess I think about it as people who come in who think that they may not be into art. They might be just going to, say, Hillsville for a relaxing spa weekend.
Or a golfing weekend.
Or a golfing weekend,
yes.
But then are kind of, hit with an amazing exhibition or art offering and be sort of surprised and, delighted and kind of think, oh, wow, I love this work or that work, has really spoken to me. And, they're not necessarily going there specifically for that. And I really like that. I like throwing people in and surprising them.
Well, also think about how many places you go that are corporate or that are, boutique hotels and stuff, and you look at the walls and I'm always going, look at that rubbish. Why have they got that there? Like an old printed, Monet.
Yeah. I think it's so important as well.
Badly framed. Yeah. So it is beautiful to go somewhere where there's gorgeous art.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I think it's really important that art is accessible and that, like you say, it's not just artists going into galleries to look at art and sort of shouting into talking to the converted.
Yes.
It's actually making sure that people who might not necessarily come across art in other ways actually kind of witness it and say, oh, yeah, I really do like that. Or, I'd love to have something like that in my house,
For sure.
And can I ask, is this art purchasable? Is that a word? Can you purchase?
Is it for sale?
Is it for sale? Thank you.
Some of it is. So, obviously the collection belongs to us, to the members of RACV, but we do curate exhibitions at our different sites. So over the years that I've been at RACV, I've kind of built these little mini galleries at various sites, and we do an exhibition program for that.
Amazing.
Where we're loaning works or commissioning works by artists to respond to a particular theme or place, and quite often those works are for sale.
And do people pitch to you? Do artists come in and pitch and say, look, I've got an exhibition that I've been touring, we'd love to have it here? Or do you do a call out? Do you find them yourself?
It's a bit of all over the place, yeah. I mean, probably in the last few years, we've really had the joy and the luck to be able to approach people that we want to work with or that we know are creating work specifically of a region. For example, we've got the fabulous Tony Lloyd out at Inverloch at the moment. He's been painting roads and driving and journeys, which is so RACV, in a way. That's our
on brand.
I'm thinking wheels.
Yeah, okay. But he's out living out that way, and it's funny because I knew Tony from back when I used to work in Hawthorn, and I think we bumped into each other at an opening. He was like, I've been working on this series, and I was like, lock it away, and then, sort of little email, by the way, that series you were working on. So a little bit of both. We have people that, so you see me out and about at different things who kind of come up and, tell us what they're working on, and I file it away in the Mardi filing cabinet brain and usually sort of hit them up.
Yes, I think I bumped into you in an exhibition in Brunswick. On that, it was about 450 degrees that night. I remember that. So where's Tony's work showing now?
So
I'd love to see it. I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, so it's out at our Inverloch resort, which I will say, love their restaurant. They do a really great salad there. Like one of those salads that feels like a meal.
Yeah.
Always
Amazing.
very, very happy. And I always tell the team there, I have the best sleeps at Inverloch as well.
Do you know
The
what?
sea air, isn't it?
Our
Yeah.
entire family are obsessed with the RACV breakfasts.
Oh,
So that you do not get a better breakfast than at the RACV.
yes.
There we go.
As the team know, we do kind of rate the breakfasts quite a lot because we're working across
Team
different
building.
sites. I can tell you which one has the best hash browns, which one has the best smoked salmon,
Right,
etc.
we'll talk after.
The important things in life.
We'll talk after.
Depending on what your area of love on a breakfast buffet is.
Fantastic. So, Mardi, we can't, again, thank you enough for supporting When Harry Met Sally, and we're on a similar path, wanting to give a voice to people, that perhaps other people don't know, or that people have photographers that have worked for many years that people should know. So it's a really beautiful synergy, I think, between us, don't you?
I think so too. And, like I was saying, people are very unfamiliar that RACV
gotcha.
has art offerings, but that's okay. They're discovering along the way, and even though we don't have just a photography collection, it's quite a broad collection. I do sort of have a bit of a soft spot for photography because I think it's something that everyone finds really accessible. Yeah. They take part in, whether they think that they're an artist or not.
Yeah. Well, we've all got cameras in our phones now.
Exactly.
So we're always making pictures.
Documenting, making images, and it's just been such a sort of great synergy with Ballarat International Photo Biennale, and then sharing the love further
sharing
through
the
podcast.
And you were just saying that there is a photography exhibition up at Hillsville at the moment, which came from the Ballarat Biennale.
Yeah, so we do a outdoor gallery. I guess it's my way of trying to find how to expand our exhibition spaces at the different resorts, and also coming from a touring exhibition background as well. It's like, oh, yep, I'll tour some shows. So
Mardi will do it.
We'll get art out there. So we do this outdoor gallery, which is sort of, outdoor walls, and it's kind of a little bit reminiscent of, real estate billboards that we have images, whether it be photos or other artwork, printed and sort of placed on these. I think the best response I've ever had and this is really around bringing art to the people, is I had someone at the Goldfields resort say to me, who was a golfer, old golfer.
Yeah, one of them.
Asked me if I was the art lady. Oh. And I was like, I am the art lady.
That's your new title.
And he said, that exhibition that was out near the golf course, and was describing, the birds and the spiders that is part of this current exhibition, Naturista, and was talking about it. And he was like, will it come back? Oh. And I was like, well, something new will, come back.
Leave it to the art lady.
The art lady will solve all your art problems. But I was like, you know what, my job is done. That I've got a golfer who is probably not super interested in art, but we brought the art to him. And he loves it. And he told me all about it. He was like, and it's part of the Ballarat International Photo Biennale. And I was like, oh my God, you've actually read.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it?
Curatorial blurbs on there. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You've done your job.
Yeah, I've done my job, and that's the thing is like, sometimes you can't have people walk into the gallery space, so you just push it out and take it to them.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
And so the collection that you have, the sort of official collection, would you say for these exhibitions that you're running, would you be sort of acquiring a piece of work from those exhibitions, or would you be going out sort of to external exhibitions to acquire work? Does it come from all sources?
All sources, bit of both, really. I feel like every curator has a bit of a hit list of what gaps that they're perhaps trying to fill in the collection. And we've been sort of slowly doing that. I kind of crunched the numbers just recently and was really pleased that, when I first started, the First Nations representation in the RACV collection was 15% of the collection, which is still quite significant for a lot of collections.
Yeah.
But we've actually increased that to 20% of the collection in the last 5 years. So that's sort of been a bit of a gap where we've been trying to, I guess, represent some more Victorian-based First Nations artists in the collection, which was, a bit of a gap for us. But, we're sort of always out there scoping around.
Yeah, and I love that you said that it's for living artists. Yeah. I think that's so, there's so many collections out there of real history, and that's amazing. But I think what's happening now and what's current and what's the changing landscape of art in all the different forms is so exciting.
For sure.
Do you have, is there a focus on emerging artists as well, and sort of younger artists that are coming up, or are you sort of waiting until they get to a certain level of...
Look, I think it's a bit of a mix.
In their practice.
Definitely from our exhibition program, incredibly sort of diverse. And I think there's something that we really love to do is when we're selecting artists for a group exhibition is to have, more senior and experienced artists alongside emerging artists and sort of seeing, what happens in that space. For example, we had one of our fabulous art of lunches recently, and we had the epic Lindy Lee speaking, who, when it comes to kind of Chinese Australian artists and female artists, she's she's up there. Yeah. But we also had Melissa Nguyen, who is a younger Vietnamese Australian artist. And, in her 20s, and I think Lindy's in her 70s, and just to have the two of them on stage riffing off each other was just fabulous.
Lunch? What was that lunch? What was it called?
The Art of Lunch.
How do I not know about that?
So Art of Lunch is something that we kind of do around a little bit. It is open to everyone. It is a ticketed event, but we work with our chefs, and we invite 3 artists, usually from one of our shows, to come and speak. And the chefs create a dish inspired by their artwork.
Wow, and that sounds amazing.
How do I get on that list? Should I not be on that list?
When is this?
What on earth is going on?
I think if people are...
Sally hates missing out, and I can see this.
We do have these advertised on racv.com.au/art. So that has all of our exhibition program and things coming up.
Harry, can you please write that down?
I know, they're always fabulous. And, we're a firm fan of lazy long lunches on a Saturday, involving art and food. Yeah. So,
Oh, well, look, I'll be looking out. That'll be our treat to ourselves.
Yes.
I think we'd love to come to the next one. Well, Mardi, we can't thank you enough again for supporting what we're doing and that we can support what you're doing because, as I said, I've told so many people, and you're right, people just think of the RACV as like, help, my car's busted. Yep. So, which they are great for as well. But this whole other world, which is just, it's so wonderful to see corporates getting into art in such a big way. And my God, they've got the art lady there. Yeah. So...
I feel like my CEO is going to call me that.
The world is your oyster.
Can I just ask one final question before we wrap up? And you've probably answered it, but just to really lock it in, why is it important for the RACV to be supporting art, and why do you think it's important to, be sponsoring podcasts like ours, then also putting on exhibitions and collections?
Well, we're sort of very firm believers that art, as I said, creates conversations, but it builds social cohesion. Essentially art makes the world better.
Oh, hang on. Let's just, doesn't it? Just.
And, we have a long history of, working in the community, and art is a big part of that as well. And, as you said, it's amazing that RACV supports, not only through the acquisition of artworks, but also through exhibitions, commissions and the like. And,
long lunches.
Yeah. That's my work as well. That's a very small part of my work.
The lunch lady as well as the art lady.
The art lunch lady.
I want your job.
Hello. I'll fight you for it.
Well, it's a way to kind of invite people who don't think they're into art, but they're into lunch.
Yes.
Oh, it's wonderful. Well, we'll see you at the next one.
Yeah.
For sure.
And, thank you for everything that you're doing for the arts and for us. It's amazing.
And Mardi, can you give us the website again for people to look at, please?
Yeah, so people can find out what we're doing at racv.com.au/art.
Amazing.
Fantastic. Well, you've heard it from the art lunch lady herself, Mardi Novak. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Mardi.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
We just want to thank all our fabulous crew that are working with us on Season 3 of When Harry Met Sally. Shaquille Raymond, back for Season 3. Couldn't do this without you.
God love him. I'm glad he keeps coming back. Ezra Williams, who's just started with us this year, who is working with us on filming, videoing, social media and all other things fabulous. And a huge thank you to Ash Wilson, who will be working alongside Ezra, editing all of the videos for YouTube. Thanks, Ash.
And Martin Stevens, Sally's wonderful husband, and also music extraordinaire, who's done our intros and outros for 3 seasons now. Thank you so much, Martin.
Yay, Martin. And for those of you that are watching on YouTube, Ash Peters, we'd like to say thank you for supplying the artwork to put in the pod suite. It's made a huge difference. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much for listening. See you next week.
Bye.